Hey guys, it's YOU WACK. So I've been making a lot of videos talking about the newest update that just dropped for Overwatch. It's probably one of the biggest updates we've gotten in a long time. And obviously the biggest change were the new Symmetra changes. We pretty much got a new hero at this point. She got a new ultimate, new abilities, and she also got brand new primary and secondary fire. So let's just say the newest hero in recent events is Symmetra. But also with it came the brand new Find Group feature and endorsement feature. I made videos for both of those. However, now I want to discuss about the future for Overwatch, what this could mean for a competitive Overwatch, and if these new updates will help Season 11 or in fact break it. And by the title of this video, this could possibly be the worst season of competitive that we ever face. Now, I also just want to stress, I love the new Symmetra. I love all these new updates. I love every single bit of this. But that doesn't mean people aren't going to exploit it. That doesn't mean people are going to take advantage of it and in turn make another cheese season. What I mean by like a cheese season is, remember back, I think it was, I want to say Season 4, back when Bastion got his brand new changes, he was the best hero in the game. He was a broken hero and we can all look back and laugh at it, but during the time we were all crying, we were all begging for Jeff Kaplan, please nerf Bastion, it's just not fair, because the way that you ran in Season 4 is that you always had to run a Bastion no matter what. If it was an attack and defense, you always had to run the Bastion just because he dealt out the most damage and he also had the most protection. You also ran a Reinhardt and you also ran a Mercy. That was called the Protect the President meta, and that was a cheese comp. That was 100% a cheese comp. But now it could possibly be facing another cheese comp coming in Season 11 because, as you guys know, Symmetra is probably one of the best DPS in the game. I know it's weird to say because, well, now, as terms of like the live version of Overwatch and on console, she's still a support hero, even though she's not really. So it's still weird to call her a DPS hero, but with these newest changes, she's not far from it because she can dish out a lot of damage if she has help from other heroes. And that is the big key right there, is that she has to have help from other heroes for her to be very successful and for her to be, well, quote unquote, the best DPS. Because by herself, she's still the counterable Symmetra that we all love and hate to this day. You can still run a Pharah, you can still run a Soldier and just kill her from long range. But with protection and with the help of her teammates and with specific heroes, this is going to completely change the meta for a cheese comp, but also a more like headache style of competitive. What I mean by that is that you're going to have to run certain heroes for you guys to even win. If you don't run those heroes, it's not going to be a fun time. But if you do run those heroes, well, more than likely you have a better chance to win. I know it's like a strong accusation to make that, but currently right now, what do you see? Or at least at the beginning of Season 10, what did you always see in every single team comp? You always saw Brigitte because she was brand new, and you always saw Hanzo. Why? Because in a sense, he was brand new. He got a brand new ability, and he's one of those heroes that a lot of people just like to play. He's one of the most popular heroes, even though I don't like him. I really don't like him, guys. And now, going into the middle of Season 10, what do you still see taking over the meta right now, even after her nerfs went live? Brigitte. You still see Brigitte because she's one of the best secondary healers. Just keep that in mind. That'll come into play later on. And what do you still see? Also Hanzo, because he's one of the best DPS heroes just because of his Storm Arrow. Okay, well, now let's look into the future. Let's be like That's So Raven and try to predict Season 11. What do you think is going to happen? Just take a wild guess. Who do you think you're going to see on every single team comp? Symmetra. Because usually after PTR changes go live on the PTR, it takes about 3 weeks. Season 10 ends in about 3 weeks. So what they're going to do, what Blizzard's probably going to do, is drop Symmetra right after Season 10 starts so that people can get familiar with her in the off season. And then comes Season 11, this is when Symmetra mains are just going to frolic in competitive. Old Symmetra mains, new Symmetra mains, Symmetra noobs or whatnot, everyone's going to play Symmetra because she's the newest hero. Remember how I was joking saying that Symmetra was the newest hero? I was kind of being a little bit serious because this happens every single time a new hero drops, but also just big new changes come out. When Mei changes came out, nobody became a Mei main because they weren't noticeable changes, but Symmetra changes, she's the newest hero, so obviously Symmetra mains, Symmetra one-tricks that already play her in today's world are obviously going to be playing Symmetra because now they can let their wings fly out and they can finally be free. That's good because your main is now free to play in more situations. But that also means more people are going to latch onto Symmetra and start playing her as the main DPS role. It's just facts. Does it mean that she's the best DPS? I'm not necessarily saying that. She can be cheesed like that, but the important part that you have to remember is that Symmetra is going to be so deadly in Season 11 if paired up with Brigitte. Why? Because, well, Brigitte is just a great secondary healer, but also her armor packs pair up so well with Symmetra's shield. Symmetra has a 100 shield that always generates, and if she also gets 75 armor or 50 armor, whatever the number is on top of it, she's going to have sustainability, she's not going to die easy, she's going to be able to charge up her beam super quick and just get full on team wipes. Remember how I said Symmetra is bad by herself, but she needs help with other teammates? The other teammates need to play the Brigittas to help Symmetra out. So now looking at the meta, looking at the team comp, this is where the broken part comes in, because not only do you have that quote-unquote cheese coming into Season 11, that also means you're forcing someone else to play the primary healer spot. Remember how I said Brigitte was one of the best secondary healers? You have to run a primary healer and not a secondary healer with Brigitte. You just don't get enough heals. So on your team, if you do not have that primary healer, so many more people are going to be dying unless Symmetra can just go off and just get full on team wipes. So that means 3 spots are already taken. Well, the 4th spot is probably going to be taken by Hanzo because people still love to play Hanzo. So that means 2 DPS and 2 healers are already going to be taken. But what do you think is going to be playing the tank role? Probably Winston, because he has protection. He's not going to be able to dive from Symmetra. He can dive Symmetra, and he can dive Hanzo, and he can also take out the turrets from Symmetra. And he also technically gives his team protection when he's diving. So that means the tank spot's going to be taken by Winston. That means going into Season 11, the only real flexible spot, if you want the best chance to win, is going to be that one, just that one hero spot, not even just a tank spot. So that means another DPS role, another tank spot, but it's just the fact that those 5 heroes, Winston, Symmetra, Brigitte, Hanzo, main healer, probably Mercy or Moira, are the main heroes that are going to be taking over Season 11. Does that mean a broken season? Does that mean another cheese season? Possibly. I'm making this video to, one, educate you of the problems with it. Like I said, I love the new Symmetra. I love the new changes. I love Brigitte when she dropped. I didn't like the fact that so many people just constantly we're stubborn with it. We're just stubborn with picking Brigitte just because she's new. People are going to be stubborn picking Symmetra just because she's new. Doesn't mean that she's the best. It could be, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the team has to play with it. So the only solution in Season 11 that's going to be able to solve this broken meta is the Find Group feature. This is why the Find Group feature is such a good implementation in Overwatch that so many people are just kind of writing off just because Symmetra is so hyped right now. The Find Group feature is going to make sure that you're going to be able to run what you want and have a fun but still fair competitive experience without having to force yourself to play something just because someone's stubborn by playing Symmetra, stubborn by playing Brigitte, stubborn by playing Hanzo. Those 3 heroes are going to be taking over Season 11. I guarantee it. Now again, I don't want to make this video come off like I'm complaining. More or less, I'm just warning you guys, and if you're going to be hating on Season 11, this could be why. I literally predicted this in Season 10, saying that Brigitte is going to be the most picked hero. Still in the middle of the season, she's still prevalent. She's granted, she's great, but that's the same exact shoe that Symmetra is going to fit when she comes into Season 11. She's brand new, she's good, but it's still the fact that she's brand new. People that completely suck with Symmetra are still going to be playing Symmetra. So if you want to try to make Season 11 the best experience possible with this brand new meta, if you even want to play Symmetra yourself, I would highly suggest you guys just figure out the Find Group feature, find friends to play with, or just constantly be using this feature, because the fact that it won't be a dice roll saying that, okay, well, we're probably going to get a Symmetra, are we going to get a Brigitte? Okay, we probably are we going to get a primary? You don't want to worry about that. You want to have full control of your team comp. So if you join a group or you just find a group that's saying, hey, yeah, I will play primary healer. Hey, yeah, I will play DPS. If you just get people like that, if you lose, it's probably because either A, they had a better cheese comp, they ran a better Symmetra, or B, they were just straight up better than you. People forget that people have to lose in competitive, and they probably lose just because they lack the skill compared to their enemy team. Or they just didn't have the proper team comp. That's why this Find Group feature will not only help just figure out the dice roll problem, but also just figure out the Season 11 meta, which is going to be the Symmetra meta. That's what I'm deeming it. Season 10 was the Brigitte meta. Season 11 is going to be the Symmetra Brigitte meta, because it's just going to be unstoppable unless you get the proper team comp or the enemy team just straight up sucks. Does it mean Symmetra's the best DPS even live on the PTR right now? No, but it's just one of those things that's like, no matter what, you're gonna see it on your team, so why not try to make it the best DPS no matter what? And that's why the Find Group feature will just help either make Symmetra better or just try to counter Symmetra on the enemy team. So anyway guys, that's my video, that's my predictions for Season 11, and who knows, Symmetra could even get nerfed on the PTR. Just because it's on the PTR doesn't mean it's set in stone, but 9 times out of 10, if it's on the PTR, it's probably going to go live. We saw that with Bastion. We're probably going to see that with Symmetra. And Symmetra just needs a change. And this is definitely a change. Is it great or bad? It's definitely good. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.